or an activist. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys about 60 seconds. That should be plenty of time, I hope, to choose one. And you can either write in the chat what your first was, and then after the 1 minute is up, we're going to open the mic and let some people share their first. I'm going to play a little first music for you guys, okay? Maybe. Okay. I hope that was enough time to give you time to think about your first. And the reason, well, we're going to talk about the reasons afterwards. But so, does anyone, would anyone like to volunteer? Let me look in the chat real quick and see if anyone added anything in the chat. I'm going to, oh, sheesh.
I'll monitor the chat.
Okay, thank you.
We have Miss Mendoza. Ashley said that her first job was Chick-fil-A. Tanetta said that her first vacation was Orlando, Florida. Danielle said my first job was McDonald's. And those are comments we have in the chat.
Does anyone want to come off? Well, let me ask this for the people who responded in the chat. Can you tell me what was special about your first job? I heard Chick-fil-A and McDonald's in there. What was so special about that first?
It was special because it was my senior year of high school and I was able to pay for a lot of things that I wanted. And so I felt really independent and excited about having my own for the first time.
Ooh, so you love that. All right. Showing some leadership and advocacy for yourself. That's awesome. I think Miss Ashley, I saw you with your hand up.
Yeah, my first job was Chick-fil-A. I had always been supported by a man, and so my first job was Chick-fil-A, and it was a job that I kept for 2 years. And I felt so proud of myself to be able to rely on myself for just the first time.
Awesome, awesome. That's a great feeling, isn't it?
It is.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Miss Nikki has her hand up.
Okay, Miss Nikki, would you like to share about your first?
Yeah, so my first job was at A&W, and I was 17 and I was so excited. And my first day of work, I went in and rearranged the entire restaurant to what I thought was the best place for everything. And the manager came in, said, "Oh my gosh, where's the deep fryer?" And I'm like, "It's over there where it should be." And the whole operation, we had to close the restaurant for a few hours to get things back to where they belonged. And it was very humbling. I was so young and I just thought that I knew the best way, and they had already had an operation that worked just fine. And I just needed to sit down. And I was there for 3 days.
But I'm sure it sounds like you learned a lot of great life lessons. A lot of great life lessons, right? Awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you. Would anyone else like to share their first?
We have a couple in the chat. Miss
Okay.
Hallman said that her first job was at Burger King in the military base, and it helped build her professional work ethic and helped her spark her self-awareness. And then Miss Manning said that her first solo flight was at 14. Okay, Miss Manning.
Wow.
Wow.
Where did you go? I need to know details. Okay, she doesn't want to tell us details. That's okay. We'll make up a story.
She said she was unable to mute. Let me see.
She can't.
Let me see if I can unmute her. Where's Miss Manning? Hold on, Miss Manning. Let me see if I can unmute you. I'm trying to unmute her, but I won't let me unmute her.
Okay. All right. You got to chat us details. We're all curious now. Would anyone else like to share their first? I'm going to share my first real quick, and in case anyone else wants to share after.
Hold on, Tony. Miss Manning responded to the chat. She said that she flew from Tulsa to DC to see her dad.
Oh, how sweet! Wow,
she did a long distance trip. Oh no, she talking about Tulsa to DC.
That's a major.
Wow.
Right, exactly. That's major to be able to navigate all that. I'm sure there's a lot of independence, right? Learn with that.
She did it several times a year.
Oh wow! Oh, so she was a pro.
I'm telling you.
How beautiful! But how beautiful to have that experience, to be so young. You know what I mean? To be so brave and independent. That is awesome.
She was afraid at first, but it was fun.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
I can't even imagine. I'm afraid of heights now. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going zip lining or parasailing to get over the fear of heights.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm cheer from the sand for you. When I was in elementary school, the first time I was the only girl. I grew up, I was a tomboy, and I love sports. I just love sports. I used to collect baseball cards. So I was the only girl in the baseball card collection club. And when I got to the meeting with my whole card collection, they would not let me in the room because I was a girl. And so I pranced my way out of the principal's office to report them. And the principal came back and told the male teacher and all the males that I had a right to be there. And they let me in that meeting, but then no one would trade cards with me. So it was the first time I was the only girl, and I was an advocate for myself. It only works halfway. All right, anyone else would like to share their first? If you do later on, you think about it, please drop it in the chat. We would love to hear about it. And so that is what we have for today for our warm up. And I'm going to stop sharing. And there we go. Stop sharing. And then we're going to move on to our next segment of our FFL today.
Pam, you can share your screen if you want.
Okay. So now we're talking about, again, the 5 protective factors is what we always talk about in our sessions. So tell me, which protective factor have you all kind of used this week? Which protective factor kind of resonated with you this week?
We go to a program called Learning Spaces at our library, and it's very encouraging to hang out with other parents of toddlers. Also, I would encourage all of you guys to look up Learning Spaces. It's a program for age 0 to 5. And we go every day. It's at the library. And I'm
Okay.
really grateful for that program. Also
Oh,
sponsored by Way.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that
Oh.
somebody's participating. I was like,
Way.
yeah, kudos. That's in our department. That's what we get. That's another part of our department. So I was glad to hear that it's being utilized in the community. But I have to share that when we talk to them, like, hey, we have some people in our classes that are going to learning spaces. Yay.
That's great. Thank you. Anybody else?
Oh,
Okay.
Ashley, glad you get to enjoy it as
Miss
well.
Manning said,
Oh,
in she put something in
Yeah.
the chat. She said that learning spaces is fun and the library has lots of activities for all ages, especially little ones. And Miss Hallman said we love learning spaces also. That is so cool. So many people are doing that and having using outreach resources. Cool.
Absolutely. That's great. And Shelly W., thank you so much for changing your name on the screen, because I was going to say, who is Shell's iPhone? So thank you so much for that. Okay, anybody else? What protective factors have you resonated with this week? Okay, I see the chat. Resilience. Okay, Ashley Manning, thank you. Do you mind telling us how you resonated with resilience this week? Do you mind sharing? And what Ms. Holman said, resilience as well. Would any of you like to come off mute or put in the chat, how have you resonated with resilience this week?
I'll go. This week
Okay.
so far, even though it's really early in the week, it has been a
Well,
challenge.
that's true.
It's been a challenging first quarter of the week, and so I really had to just really, dig within and to just be resilient. Thinking of all the other times that I kind of had that I had to, bounce back or felt defeated and, utilize my faith to kind of, to keep pushing through. So that's why resilience.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Okay. Well, right now we are going to go into kind of like our homework that we had to do. So last couple of sessions, we kind of discussed what is vision, how important it is to have a personal vision. We thought about planning, imagining the future, how you want to live your life. We did the vision board exercise. We talked about our goals, 10-year, 3-year, 1-year, 3-month goal. And how to break those goals into small parts so that they're more obtainable. And so we did the SWOT analysis / SMART goals last week. And here we have SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So as we said before, the internal, what we can control, our strengths and our weaknesses, and what I cannot control, opportunities and threats. And then here we are here. So for homework, you were supposed to take, I believe, your 3-month goal and do a SWOT analysis for it. And then also too, we talked about SMART goals being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. And then we had this for homework, and that was to complete this worksheet as far as your SMART goals for your 3-month vision. And Nikki, I want to thank you for, I got your homework today. I didn't look at it yet, but I did see that you sent it, so thank you very much. Okay, so what I want to do is I want us to go into breakout rooms, and I want you to share either your SWOT analysis or your SMART goal. You can pick one. You'll have 3 minutes each to share, and then select. I think somebody's trying to come in.
I got him.
Oh, you got, okay.
I got him,
And
and I have the breakout room set up.
See, this is teamwork. I'm telling you, I've been in training since 9 o'clock this morning, and my brain is fried. I thank my co-facilitators and friends, Pam and Tiny. Thank you. Okay, so the homework, for the breakout sessions. So share either a SWOT or SMART goal with your group. You have 3 minutes each to share and select which of the protective factors are represented and have fun sharing. Okay, so I think we got what? 1, 2, 3.
I have 3 breakout rooms, and so I have 2 people. We have like 7, 8 with the Aaron just came. So I'm
8, okay.
So I'm gonna send you to the 3 breakout rooms. So there'll be 3 people in one, and the other breakout rooms will have 2 people in them. Well, actually, we're gonna have 3 now because someone just joined us. So we have 2 rooms with 3 and 1 room with 2. So I'm gonna open up the rooms, and you'll be sent off to your rooms. And
we're gonna give you about what, 10, 15 minutes? How long you think, Pam?
Maybe like about 10 minutes, maybe like 5 minutes each.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Like 3 minutes, and then we'll come back because we have a minute before they come back in. So
gotcha.
Maybe 4
each.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right.
Is everyone not choosing their rooms? Okay, here we go. I see them going. Is everyone in a room? Everyone should be in a room. Miss Shelley, you're not in a room? Where's Miss Shelley at? Why, Miss Shelley, why aren't you in the room?
I don't know. Oh,
Okay,
I see it now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm leaving the airport. That's why I'm on my phone. That's what I was saying in the beginning. So let me hit the join button.
Okay.
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 Yeah, so this is our last